Yeah, welcome everyone to the webinar on Legacy to Limitless with AWS. And thanks for joining the webinar. We hope this could be interesting for you for the next 1 hour. So these are the general instructions there, everyone. So it's just the session will be recorded and will be shared with you. So we are just keeping all the participants on mute to ensure we are getting a clear audio. So if you have any questions, you can use the Q&A box displayed in the icons so that you can post your questions at any time. Also, we will be publishing you polls when they pop up. Please kindly answer them. And you'll be getting the recording and slides in your email registered as soon as possible once the webinar is done. Thanks for joining the webinar. We will get started soon. So I just wanted to introduce our speakers with you. Mr. Sourav Sadhu is a senior solutions architect from AWS with 15 plus years of cloud transformation expertise in AWS. We have Rishab, cloud solutions architect from KaarTech with 10 plus years of cloud transformation expertise. So today, these two will be the speakers for the webinar to ensuring the modernization on AWS for the UAE and Bahrain region. I would like to inform these speakers, and also I would like to hand over the further session with Rishab. Over to you, Rishab.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. Thanks for the introduction. Good morning and a warm welcome to all of you who have joined. So what strikes me the most about co-hosting this session with AWS is that both our journeys began around the same time. Yes, it was in the year 2006, AWS launched its cloud services, and that was also the year KaarTech was founded. So 2 decades on, this shared legacy of excellence and unwavering commitment that continues to drive us forward. And over the last few years, our collaboration with AWS has gone from strength to strength, gaining remarkable momentum and culminating in our recent achievement of AWS Advanced Tier Partnership with SAP Specialization. So, which is a truly prestigious, esteemed, and remarkable credential within the AWS partner ecosystem. And we are also humbled to share that we are among a select few partners in the Middle East to hold both the accreditations. And when you look at this milestone is underpinned by a few key enablers. We have 150 plus core digital team, a mature cloud practice deeply infused with AWS expertise. We have 50 plus successfully delivered cloud transformation programs, operations spanning across 15 plus geographies, and business impact created across nearly 20 industry verticals. Let's start with the AWS global footprint. So as we speak right now, AWS operates 33 regions and 105 availability zones. So when I say an availability zone, it is essentially a fully independent data center, which is physically separated for fault tolerance, but that is connected through AWS ultra private backbone connectivity. And AWS is not slowing down. So they have announced 18 additional availability zones and 6 new regions as well, with the Saudi Arabia region going live later this year. And when you look at the map in the screen, it is very clear. AWS truly spans the globe because resiliency isn't bolted on here. It is baked in from the ground up, starting with the physical regions themselves. AWS addressing the business needs. Today, AWS serves virtually every vertical, right from aerospace and defense to retail, CPG, energy, utilities, manufacturing, and beyond. And it doesn't stop just at industries. So when you look at AWS cross-industry shared enterprise functions across finance, HR, procurement, and more. And when you look at the technology standpoint, AWS literally has everything under the sun, right from the foundational compute, storage, and all the way up to the advanced services like blockchain, IoT, ML, AI. And AWS also boasts one of the largest marketplaces and partner ecosystems in the cloud industry, with 1,400 plus solutions actively deployed and transacted through the AWS marketplace. And we are also proud to have our own flagship product, KTurn, which is a comprehensive digital transformation suite available directly on the AWS marketplace. Yeah, so thousands of customers trust AWS. A quick look at some of the publicly referenceable customer logos across industry verticals on AWS. So you can see industry verticals like healthcare, life sciences, energy and natural resources, retail, manufacturing, automotive, professional services. You see SAP is also one of the customers of AWS. Generative AI trends. So coming to the topic of the day, generative AI. While the roots of machine learning go all the way back to 1950s, it was really in the 1990s and early 2000s that things began to accelerate, especially with the rise of neural networks and availability of large-scale computing platforms. The idea of machines creating actual content started begin to become real. So this is when generative AI truly began to take shape. So if you look at how the last 3 years unfolded, the evolution has been fascinating because 2023 was the year of POCs. Organizations were fascinated by the term Gen AIs. They were thinking what Gen AI is all about. Is it secure? Do I need to code or do I need to prompt? All these thoughts perplexed customers' mind. Everyone wanted to try it, but they didn't know where to start or what problem to solve. So they were spending a lot of efforts doing POCs in the year 2023. And when you observe in 2024, organizations developed pilots. They had production environments also. They did a lot of POCs. The POCs eventually turned into pilots and conviction started building. But the focus was still on experimentation. They were not any tangible business outcomes. They didn't know how to lower the costs. They didn't know how to make it real and production ready. So it was in the year 2025, organizations started yielding the business value. So this is where we are today. They are seeing the real impact. They have started scaling the use cases. They've gone wider and deeper across all the functions. And they started leveraging and embedding AI directly into the everyday workflows. Only AWS can deliver on your end-to-end data and AI journey. Why only AWS? Because it comprehensively covers the full spectrum of AI services in a plug and play model. There is no dependency on the services. You can consume as you wish and you can decommission it. And that integrates with all your enterprise applications. And it is backed by a strong customer base and trust. And this capability is brought to customers through a robust partner ecosystems that I highlighted in the one of the previous slides. And including partners like KaarTech can help customer accelerate their digital journey and their AI and data journey. Generative AI business use cases and architectural patterns. So the next slides are going to be super interesting. We're going to talk through the business use cases, industry relevance, and some of the design patterns. While generative AI is widely, broadly, discussed today, based on the success stories, usage patterns, and industry research, the top three Gen AI use cases have emerged. Number one, customer experience. Number two, productivity and creativity. And number three, business process optimization. Although Gen AI is not limited to these areas, most of the business requirements tend to intersect with these use cases predominantly, and that results in a faster return on investment. We will now discuss these use cases in detail and explore some of the key design patterns along with their industry relevance. The first use case here is the customer experience. Most Gen AI models understand the natural language. So when I say the natural language, it is the way how you and I actually speak, right? It is no longer about the keywords or for that matter, sophisticated keywords, but it's about grasping context, intent, and nuance. So such generative models can reason through complex problem statements and generate highly personalized responses. So this is precisely why customer experience has emerged as one of the powerful use cases for generative AI. The first design pattern under customer experience use case is the conversational AI. Conversational AI pattern, it provides context-aware dialogue systems that understands the natural language and provide human-like responses. This is no longer just a text-based chatbots, the old school chatbots that we have come across. But the latest models includes voice and other multimodal systems that can precisely handle any topic digression, changing user preferences and behavioral patterns. Sorry. These foundational models go down to the grassroots level, understand the true intent of the customer's query, and resolves the problem diligently. Some of the examples could be in the health sector, where patient communicates for the appointment scheduling, reminders, and automated report notifications and follow-ups. And in the retail space, there are a bunch of virtual advisors that enhance product discovery based on real human intent. The next design pattern is the personalization pattern. So where models learn from the user behavior and deliver tailored recommendations. So there are two ways how you can train these models when it comes to personalization pattern. You can fine-tune the model using domain-specific data sets. For example, it could be a lot of financial data or documents and legal documents, because in these sectors, precision and relevance are non-negotiable. This could be one of the ways. And the other way to train a model is to craft prompts with a handful of examples that can influence the desired output. So this whole procedure is called in-context learning. I'll give you an example. Okay, so in the banking and insurance sector, there are a lot of personalized finance advisor that offers investment recommendation, and that is purely based on customers' risk tolerance and previous history and trends. And the same goes well for insurance coverage plans. As you would receive a lot of insurance coverage plans automatically generated based on your individual customer profiles. And the last one within this use case is the content generation. Generating new content across multiple formats like text, images, videos, and audios. While most of the capabilities that I discussed previously still apply here, the real superpower here is to comprehend the entire context. It's not about just a prompt or just a keyword or just bits and pieces of a sentence. No, it is to comprehend the entire context, what the business requirements are, and then generate the high quality, relevant outputs. For example, in an industrial manufacturing sectors, automatically creating technical specifications and user guide based on the historical failure patterns. And this is all about the use case customer experience. So yeah, the next use case is the productivity and creativity. And one of the interesting, most happening design patterns here is the SDLC. SDLC means the software development lifecycle. The entire models are integrated across the software development lifecycle. They automate the code generation, testing, and the documentation. So this has captivated the developers community, and it has truly empowered the software industries, because it helps team to bring product to the market at a very quicker turnaround and to the market faster than ever before. So these models, which are trained specifically for the coding, understand the syntax and semantics of any programming languages, be it Python, be it Java, be it Golang, be it any programming languages of the developer's choice. And it acts as an intelligent code assistance. And they are also context aware. It's not about just coding prompts, okay, asking the model to code according to the prompts or pain points that you give, but it is capable of understanding the entire epics or user stories or the entire architecture, and then generating the code that aligns with the broader design. The next design pattern here is the knowledge discovery pattern. It's also one of the commonly used, widely adopted designs pattern today, where AI models synthesize, demystify, and extract insights from a bunch of documents, unstructured data. And this truly enables knowledge discovery knowledge democratization, and delineation across all the enterprise documents. And I would want to tell you about the core technique behind this. This is not about the keyword matching or not about a sentence and matching. The core technique behind this is similarity search. You search documents by its meaning or the context, not just by the words they contain. And this has made this one of the widely adopted and implemented design patterns today. And it's quick win. Easily, when you have a lot of documents, you can create an AI model, train them with a lot of documents, and have your no, derive meaningful insights from the documents. For example, be it policy documents or a complex contract analysis or financial documents processing, it works well. And the final pattern under this use case is data to analytics pattern. So here, organizations have started deriving actionable insights directly from their data. Okay, so gone are the days where organizations just rely on BI tools. Now it is natural language BI. The model interprets natural language queries and automatically generates visualizations along with the analytical narratives. So there is a lot of context-aware visuals. The model understands the underlying data patterns and selects the most appropriate chart types. Previously, we used to define the chart types, the graph types, all of that. But nowadays, based on the user queries and natural language, it automatically adopts and selects the most appropriate ones. And this is a gold mine for executives, enabling them to access intuitive, personalized reports simply by just asking questions in the natural language. The final use case here is the business process optimization. And the first design pattern here is the workflow automation. AI models have evolved far beyond what we think. It is not about the simple text or token generation. They can now chain a series of actions within a workflow, enabling autonomous and agentic operations. These models nowadays perform step-by-step reasoning. Okay, there are multiple steps, there are multiple workflows, and it generates interim outputs across every steps, which is fed as an input to the subsequent steps, right? So this effectively orchestrates an entire end-to-end business process. For example, in an automated loan underwriting, there are multiple complex processes such as assessing borrowers' income, spending patterns, assets, credit history, and many regulatory validations. So all of these are handled seamlessly in a step-by-step workflow-based manner. This enables automation of multi-step business process. It interprets the complex business rules and executes action on behalf of users. It's most of the cases it is unattended. There's proper workflow mechanism, proper approval mechanisms where your actions are executed. And we're going to showcase a practical demonstration in the upcoming slide for this. The next design pattern is the forecasting and detection. So you might think, where does AI add value here? Because it goes beyond flagging anomalies. Now it can provide explanation and hypothesis based on historical trends and behavioral patterns. A clear winner in this space is the supply chain forecasting, because in that you combine historical data with market trends. The models can predict what the customer needs are, what the customer demands are, what the supplier capacity should be, and in some cases can also predict the pricing. Bottom line here is to use the past to reliably predict what comes next and influence the results with seasonal data. The final design pattern here is the data augmentations. So this is used in the physical AI systems that requires large volumes of high quality data, where the real world data set is often limited, especially for the unprecedented scenarios where you cannot have all the scenarios covered using your data sets available. So this is where the generative AI steps in. It will augment the real world data with the synthetic data sets. It introduces a lot of control variants, a lot of randomness to the data, and create what we call as golden data. This will accelerate the industry AI use cases where real data is scarce or not furnished. Okay, so this is particularly used in physical AI training, such as digital twins or any autonomous systems. Examples could be your autonomous vehicles and the production automation. So with this, I would like to hand over the session to Sourav to talk through the AWS GenAI portfolio, followed by some practical demonstrations. Over to you, Sourav.
Thanks, Rishabh. Welcome again. So Rishabh did walk us through the power of generative AI, right? The power of AI, let's say. Now, we as an organization, as Amazon, as AWS, we have been using AI for decades. So honestly, this is not a very new technology for us. And I'm sure that you would have shopped from Amazon, and our warehouses, starting from the warehouses to customer experience, everything, most of it is powered by our own technology. We are using our own AI/ML and generative AI technology behind it. And we have been doing this for decades. Now, when generative AI, let's say when we first saw the capability of generative AI, that's where the end users could see that what AI can do, right? Even though you have been using AI indirectly at the back end, but maybe you did not realize it. And then with generative AI, with content generations and other things, definitely it got the traction, and it was a tectonic shift, I would say, the way we perceive AI, right? And now when we talk with customers, I can say, if not 100%, 95 of the customers, the topic they want to discuss with us is AI or generative AI. How we can use this technology to modernize our business. It's not just about generating a content, right, or generating some images, but some real-time use cases that can help accelerate their business. Now, we as an organization, we want to empower our customers for that, because a technology doesn't make sense if it is not available to the end users, or if it is not available to the consumers, right? Now, we have different services, we have built different services which can help our customers to get onboarded with this technology. And what we realized when we were navigating with this particular technology is that definitely not all the organizations are ready to, let's say, not all the organizations have the same level of maturity, right, for this organization. So we had to, let's say, the way we designed our services, we can cater to the customers of different segments and how easily they can adopt this, right? So I will walk you through some of the services, not all the services they have in this particular domain, and then some use cases which will give you an idea how this can help accelerate your business processes. But definitely there are more to it, right? So if you are interested, definitely we can have more deep dive sessions on it. Now, the way we see the market is not just about consuming the service or just consuming on the software layer, because we try to cater to the service across the spectrum. We have customers who have been using this technology for long. They have well competent team who even build their own models, right? But they need hardware so that they can inference these models, or they can build these models, right? And they can run them efficiently. So we have offerings on the infrastructure layer as well. Similarly, we have customers who, let's say, have their well competent team, or they have their own applications, but they just want to consume the model. They don't want get into the nuances of training the model or something of that, just with the API call, right? Or with the help of SDKs. That's where we have the middle layer, right? Amazon Bedrock is one of our flagship product, I would say, where with just a few API calls, you can embed intelligence into your applications. We provide access to different LLMs that are available in the market, starting from our own models, which is our Amazon Nova models. We have models from Meta, from Anthropic, across the spectrum, right? So customer gets the option to choose the LLMs they want to use. If customer wants to do, let's say, browser-based options, that's where we have Nova. If customer wants to build their own agents on open, let's say, frameworks like Strands, we provide them options. So basically, we provide all the flexibilities that the customer needs to develop their own applications, right? And then we have customers who just want to consume this application as is, right? Like a plug and play. So we do have services in that portfolio as well, like Quick Suite is one of them. I will show you the capability of Quick Suite, how helpful it is to build multi-agentic workflow with low code, no code. Kiro is one of the ID coding companion. Rishab did mention about the coding companion, right? Now we have partners, customers who have saved up to 35% of their time building the same code they used to code before without using this coding companion, right? And then we have Amazon Connect, which is like a virtual contact center, and many products like Ketan and other portfolios which the customers can buy from AWS Marketplace, right? So we are in a mission to empower our customers, our partners as well, with the different offerings so that they can get onboarded to this GenAI journey, right? Now, we have 200 plus AWS services, which not necessarily are from AIML. Definitely AIML is a part of these 200 plus services, but we do have many other services, right? It could be a serverless compute like Lambda. It could be from IoT, and it could be like some AI related services like Lookout for Vision and all. So the idea is like how we can integrate all these 200 plus services with applications that you are already running in your organization and modernize, right? Like, for example, a very simple example would be, let's say, a translation service, or it could be a location service for supply chain, right? Sometimes we see that if the customer doesn't put the address correctly, then maybe the deliveries are delayed. So we have customers who are using our location service to correct those addresses, right? So there are many offerings that we have, and how we can integrate this is with the help of SDKs that we have. We offer SDKs for different programming languages. So depending on the technology you're using, you can integrate all these 200 plus services along with generative AI and other services that we have into your portfolio of offerings, and then definitely you can modernize your workload. I did mention about Quick Suite, and this is one of our latest offerings on generative AI space. So we got feedback from our partners and customers that, okay, we have generative AI, we have agents, we have LLMs, but how do we integrate this into our services? Definitely, they were able to do it before as well, but it needed a lot of heavy lifting. be it from the coding side, be it from like knowledge of other services and all. But the feedback that we got is how we can do it more easily, right? Like with a low code, no code, with a drag and drop. And it's not only about just building this generative applications, but it's also about like integrating existing, let's say, knowledge bases, existing documents within the organizations, how easily we can do it. Let's say you have a SharePoint, you have terabytes of documents, and then you want to build a chatbot out of it, right? How easily we can do that. We have built an applications, how we can share these applications with other teams so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? How this collaboration can be made easily. So Amazon QuickSeed is not just about building Gene applications, but it's also the collaborative environment, how different teams can build applications, can share within the organizations, right? So it's more to it, right? Integration with many third-party tools, with MCPs, with ServiceNow, Jira, many more, right? And then I'll show you how just to give you a glimpse how this tool is powerful, right? So this is a very short demo which shows how we can automate customer queries end to end without any human intervention. So basically what we're trying to portray is customer has bought a product and they have an issue with that product. So this is a customer care service which is autonomously handling the customer query end to end without any human intervention, right? So it's not about just raising a ticket, but also before raising a ticket, the agent will also provide resolution if the customer wants to, let's say, try it by themselves, because sometimes getting a specialist, it's not cheaper for the customer, right? Let's say, for example, if I have to get a specialist to repair my computer, it's not that cheap, right? So it does offer many capabilities. So I would like to show you some of the capabilities of QuickSuite, okay? And I will walk you through once we proceed with this demo. So first we see that the customer says what exactly issues like it has, and then the agent realizes the question or the query from the customer, because it could be an issue or it could be a general query, right? And then what happens, it is ask the customer about the customer ID. And with the customer ID, now the agent is actually pulling the purchase details from a live S4 system with the MCP server, right? Which is now industry standard for any agentic tools or data retrieval. And if we see that now the agent has retrieved the purchase and it is confirming with the customer, is this the product that you are having issues? The customer confirms, yes, it is the product. Now, again, the agent is doing an analysis. Okay, what could be the issues? It is just asking the customer what kind of issues you are facing. Now, this is where the customer describes the issue, right? That I'm having some issue with the printing, right? Now, based on this issue, the agent is fetching some resolution which the customer can try it by themselves at home before raising a ticket, because sometimes raising a ticket may not be free. Now it is confirming with the customer, do you want to try it by yourself, or I can help you raising a ticket? Right now the customer says, no, I need an issue with your assistant raising a ticket. Now this is where the agent goes ahead and creates a ticket in SAP Sales and Service Cloud. So Sales and Service Cloud is a SaaS solution from SAP where customers can maintain this sales and services, right? And this is where if you see the agent logs in and creates a ticket with all the issues that the customer has mentioned, just like an end user will do, right? After raising a ticket, it fetches all those details and then it sends an email to the customer. So customer did not wait for raising this ticket and all the details will be sent to the customer email as well as the ticket details will be sent to the support team as well, right? Now you may say that, okay, we have purchased from like maybe from different platform and we had this kind of service. But if you see the whole end to end, okay, this whole process is being handled autonomously by agents, right? And the beauty is, for building this solution, you don't need, right, a team of people, or let's say a team of people who can code or who knows AI/ML, a team of experts, right? So basically, this quick suite can help you build something like this in a drag and drop fashion with low code, I would say, right? And maybe a week's of effort should be good enough to build a solution like this, right? So this is where is the power, right? Not having a team of developers or functional people who are spending months to build a solution like this. Moving on, we have SAP. Rishab did mention, so I think that you are aware of SAP. So SAP is also using our AI/ML services in their CX AI toolkit. So which is basically, again, e-commerce offering from SAP, where the sellers can maintain their portfolio or the catalog. And if you say with just simple, right, with simple human natural language, they are able to, let's say, modify their catalog. They don't have to go to a designer. Okay, can you just change the image, or you can change the design with just few prompts. You are able to, let's say, modernize your, or let's say modify your catalog embedded within the application. So this is one that SAP is using, and at the back end it's being powered by Amazon Bedrock. Now more into industrial use case. So we have customers who are using generative AI on their industry shop floors. We ourselves, Amazon, right, our warehouses are being automated, I would say around 80 to 90% with generative AI, with AI/ML, robotics. Now one such use cases where we have seen customers are using are like the quality control. So let's say customers who are into manufacturing. So we let's say they are doing a manufacturing of a particular product, and definitely not 100% of the products that are manufactured are perfect, right? So there are faulty products. Now, traditionally, we are using either human inspection or some other technologies, and still we see that there are error rates, right? Now, how we can automate this whole process? So that's where customers use Lookout for Vision, which is our ready-to-use AI/ML service from AWS. So basically what happens is, so there are cameras on the shop floors. So when a product is built, images are being taken, and then there are reference images. What the agent does is it matches, right? It do inspection of the product that is being manufactured and see whether it meets the quality control. If yes, all good. If not, then definitely it triggers a notification, right? So basically, the inspection is being done automatically, right? No human intervention is needed, which reduces the error rate, which definitely increases the productivity as well as the customer satisfaction. Another use case would be the let's say health and safety. So we have so many workers working on the shop floor, right? So we have seen customers who want to, like, definitely employee health and safety is one of the priority for all the customers, I would rather say, right, who are into manufacturing and all. We have human workforce working on this shop floor. Now, one of the use cases, and this is built by one of our partners as well, we have a solution available in SAP marketplace. So basically what happens is, when a worker, let's say, walks into a shop floor, a screening has been done, And then with the help of machine learning, the model analyzes whether the worker is wearing the right gears, so that enough safety is maintained. If not, then it sends a notification, and then it creates observation in the S4 system, and then it is being sent to the management, so the management can have a look why this thing happened. So this is also one such use case. So we have many such use cases which can be used. Like this, in this case, we are using Amazon recognition. Well, we have IoT, and there are different services, right? So this is some, like a very small subset of the use cases. There are many amples, right? And if you think that you have some use cases which AWS and partner like KaarTech can help you, please reach out to us, and then we can see how we can help those, right? So I'll hand over to Rishab to walk you through what's next, right? How you can get onboarded, or how we can let's say get started with this journey, right? So that you can start using generative AI. Thank you. Rishab, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Sourav. That was brilliant and super interesting. Thank you for taking over the use cases, practical demonstration of the use cases. Yeah, team. So the wait is over. We are excited to help accelerate your digital transformation journey. So we have designed a simple four-step approach so we can begin with an ideation session where we can define objectives, set direction, and that could be followed by a discovery session where we map those objectives and uncover key interdependencies of your business pain points. And we can have a detailed workshop with SMEs and department heads so where we can translate all the objectives and ideas into actionable plans. And finally, we conduct an assessment to evaluate the feasibility. We can run a lot of POCs, pilot initiatives, and gauge organizational readiness. We will be delighted to connect with you soon for an ideation session and starting this journey together. And as it is said, the first step of any journey is the most important. So I'm waiting for a session, an ideation session to happen very soon. Thank you, team. Over to you, Vaishnavi.
Thank you, Rishabh, and thank you, Saurav, for the wonderful session. So now we are into the Q&A, and we have two questions in the Q&A box, Rishabh. I have posted it in your chat as well. Can you please take it up and answer those questions from the customer?
Okay, Vaishnavi, I see two questions. What foundational cloud capabilities should organizations prioritize before adopting GenAI at scale? Wow, that's an excellent question. Yeah, so before GenAI, organizations must first try to build a trusted, scalable, and secure cloud foundation, right? They should have a scalable architecture in first place that can accommodate any solutions, for that matter, any solutions in a plug and play model, right? The environment that we design should be resilient. It should be able to withstand and recover from disruptions. And security, right? That's always a table stake. So we should ensure proper security controls are there. There should also be an appropriate data strategy because data is a foundation for any data. I mean, AI or Gen AI. Your data dispersed in silos should be brought together, right? So when this foundation is solidified, organization can adopt Gen AI at scale. And I hope this answers the question, Vaishnavi.
Yes,
Maybe if I can add something to it, right? So yeah, so Rishabh did cover most of it, but I would like to add one more thing is before getting into the technology part, right? It's also about the mindset, right? Now we see customers who want to get onboarded, but within an organization, you first have to get aligned that okay, this is the technology we have, this is how we want to adapt it. It's about like how we can embrace this particular technology, right? Once you are aligned with your within your organizations, within your leadership, within your team, that okay, this is our goal. And then definitely what Rishab mentioned about the technological part, where partners like KaarTech, AWS can help you, right? But getting this mindset, right, that we want to use this technology and all is very key, right, before using it.
Yeah, absolutely, Saurav. Absolutely. Start with the right mindset and then slowly build on the technical aspects of it. Exactly. If I could read the second question, how can organizations effectively modernize legacy application on AWS without disrupting critical business operations? Yeah. So, see, modernization should always be incremental. That should happen in stages. It's not a big bang approach. It shouldn't be disruptive as well, right? The best practice to any modernization is to start with discovery. First, understand your application environment, understand all of the dependencies, understand the stumbling blocks that prevented you to migrate or modernize, right? So when you do that groundwork, you can choose the right framework, whether to replatform or migrate or re-architect or refactor. So all of that comes into the picture. Always start small. Okay, do some POCs, have some pilot runs, develop a solid plan for your production, have multiple iterations so you capture all the possible and potential blackouts, right? So you would have a very seamless production migration and modernization. Saurav, you wanted to add to what I said?
Um, yeah, so what you rightly mentioned, yes, I agree. And we as AWS, we help the customer, like let's say, with the tools, with the assistance they need, a partner network from the technology. So depending on the customer requirement, honestly, right? Like we don't have one size fit all kind of thing, right? Now, for example, I can take an example of, we have a new service like Transform, Amazon Transform. So customers who are running on VMware can transform their legacy codes to a different technology, right? Moving to the cloud. So we have different tools, we have partner network, we have different frameworks, right? So on case-to-case basis, we guide our customers how they can transform their journey from on-prem to the cloud. But for that, you need to reach out to us, to KaarTech, to AWS, and definitely then we can guide you, right? What is the best approach?
Well said, Saurabh. And as you touched upon the AWS Transform, right? So even we can modernize and migrate the mainframe systems using Transform, right? So even that is one of the salient functionalities of it. So we have multiple services and functionalities in the AWS services, and it's all about the right cloud mindset, right? So having that mindset and culture of having your environments and applications deployed in the cloud, and from there we take it on, we might modernize and then bring all the beyond its solutions to your environment. Yes.
Thank you, Saurav, and thank you, Rishab, for the wonderful section. And I would like to thank everyone for joining the session and engaging with us. So probably, as I already informed, we will be sharing the recording and the slides with you as soon as possible. Thanks for being part of this webinar. We would like to conclude this webinar, and it will be automatically ending for you all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rishab, and thank you, Saurav.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thank you,
everyone. Yes, take care. Bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.